rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Tarot. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat. There you are, sir. Thank you so much for being here. The totem for this message is going to be an Arctic moth. I do have some word that I'm going to share with you all. I'm going to be reading from the book of Leviticus. I'm going to be reading from chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 29 and I'm going to finish the chapter, which is till verse 34. And this shall be a statute forever to you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that sojourns among you. For on that day shall the priests make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before Yahuwah. It shall be a Sabbath of rest to you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest, whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary. And he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the assembly and for the altar. And he shall make an atonement for the priest and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be an everlasting statute to you, to make an atonement for the children of Yisrael for all their sins once a year. And he did as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. All right. I am so excited to tell y'all about these bracelets. I had to wait an entire month just to tell you guys about these. I had gotten them about a month ago, and I was so excited to tell you about them because what happened when we got them. So, some of you who have been following may already know I am sponsored by Otter Spirit. It is a company, family-based company that is located in California, United States. They are wonderful. Every single person I have spoke to has such a warm, welcoming, high vibrational energy. They're so genuine. All their products are fairly priced. I mean, very fairly priced and extremely high quality. They also offer 2-year warranties and free returns and exchanges. So definitely check them out and take advantage of my 20% off promo code. You can see it right here. I'll pull it up to the camera for a second. You can also see that in my description box. But let's go ahead. I don't want to take up too much time because we do have a really good message to get to. So Trina had picked out, my wife, my twin flame, she picked out 3 stones. And as you can see, this is how they arrive in these pretty little boxes. So I'm going to hold up the 3 that we had gotten. We have green jade, we have peridot, and we have morganite. Okay, so Trina had bought green jade. 1, green's her favorite color, and it was to the heart chakra. Now, green jade is great with protection, prosperity, and healing. Okay, so we'll go ahead. We'll move forward real quick. She had gotten peridot simply because it relates to her zodiac and it's her birthstone. Also bonus points because it's green. All right, also had similar effects, healing, prosperity. All right, now let's get to the morganite. She didn't really know why she was called to morganite when she was scrolling on their website, but she knew she was supposed to get morganite. Okay, she just felt a calling to it. Now, The first day we got this, which is funny, I'm recording this on a new moon, and I think the first day she got this may have actually been on right around on a new moon or something. So she wore them. All right. She put these on, and a lot of these have to do with emotional healing, love, confidence, prosperity. So they all have a similar compounding effect. So she put these on the first day. She had an emotional breakthrough. That day, man, it was like her entire heart was opened up. It was an emotional experience for her, and I was there with her. And then she went to sleep. Okay, she slept, and when she woke up, man, I came out my bedroom and it like greeted her in the morning, and it was like she was like, I don't know, it was like a phoenix from the ashes. She had I'm not kidding you, y'all. I'm an honest, genuine person. I'm not trying to bullshit no one. She had an emotional healing breakthrough. Her aura was lighter and clean and healed, and a lot of deep wounds and traumas had been healed overnight, and it was through the help of Otter Spirit. So from my deepest heart, thank you, Otter Spirit. Seriously. All right. So those of you, that sounds like something you might want to benefit from, definitely check them out. I got one last thing I want to tell you real quick, and then we'll get started on the message. Okay. Thank you for being patient with me. This Morganite, okay? Morganite spoke to Trina. So she wasn't sure what she wanted her third stone to get, and she felt intuitively, I need to get Morganite. Morganite spoke to her. Morganite had informed her of its origins. She said Morganite had told her that during the seeding of Earth, a race or being from another world, another star system, or something of that, energy, right? Something of that sphere of reality had gifted us with this crystal Morganite. Now, I thought that was really interesting. And also, I had worn these one day, and I had noticed a compounding effect with emotional healing. And I also noticed Morganite, for those of you that are interested, is very talkative. I'm not sure what it is. It has an alien intelligence behind it. So I don't know, a little synchronicity out there for some of you star seeds if you want to connect. But I was curious. I wanted to fact check this. So I looked it up, and there's actually not much information on Morganite. When we were looking into it, apparently it was only recently discovered, I think sometime in like the 1800s or the 1900s. It was dug up somewhere, and that's all we really know of it. So I thought that was cool and interesting. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to Otter Spirit. They're just an amazing company. I love them, and I really think you guys would benefit from it too. So definitely check them out. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead. Let's just get started. God bless all of you. You may have noticed that well, for one, there's been a theme in this reading so far. We had the scripture. It had a little bit of an energy to it. The totem, an Arctic moth. We had even mentions of linen and white. Okay, so there's an emotional transformation. There's healing going on here, and I feel that. So let's just jump right into tarot and go ahead and get started with this reading. Let's see what Spirit would like you all to know. Thank you all so much for being here. Ooh, the Hierophant came out. It's like things are getting put into order. I feel the establishment of like divine order, and I also feel like this sealant. It's like a sealant. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing like tiles, and I'm hearing cornerstone the whole time I'm seeing this. So anyways, what I'm seeing is these tiles, and that's things in your life coming into order. That's the foundation, the building blocks of your life. And then the filling in between is this like caulking or this grout or this sealant, right? And it's peace, it's love, it's prosperity. It's I don't know how to explain it, but when you're in that energy, there's no pain, there's no suffering, there's no wounds. Okay? All right. I just kind of got distracted because out the corner of my eye, I have an altar that's off camera, and I had saged earlier, and I was pretty sure I extinguished that dragon's blood, and I'm looking over, and it's been some time, and that thing is still going, y'all. Still going. And it is a new moon, so definitely take some time for yourself to clean out some energy, clean out some spaces. You have no idea what just rearranging some things in your house can do for you, especially if you line it up with energetic things that are beyond us. It's very aligning. Okay. So anyways, we've got the Hierophant, we've got the Magician, we got the King of Pentacles. No way. So let me get this straight. First, we have to go through this like healing. And then you know what I'm basically getting? You weren't going to achieve the fullness of your abundance and manifestations until you poured into yourself, you put yourself first, you loved yourself first, and you started living life because you enjoy being you and you enjoy living here and you're grateful to breathe. There's something about it. The Arctic moth. I'm thinking of like the white linen and how moths will eat linen. I'm just thinking of how like white linen is very symbolic of like purity, okay? And I feel like someone had to go through this transformation. And there may have been, a moment where you had to go into hermit mode, okay? There may have been a moment of atonement or, reflection, all right? There may have even been times where you had to be honest with yourself and really see your behavioral patterns for what they were or whatever was going on or the wounds or the triggers. Now, what I love about this is like, okay, so hear me out for a second. We've got this Magician card out here, and I'm not going to ignore that right after the Magician card, and I see this tower behind it, but we'll get there. King of Pentacles. So I understand that a lot of the intention behind the collective that's manifesting something for yourself is probably trying to manifest some kind of abundance into your life, right? Who wouldn't want stability, financial abundance, overflow? Like, I mean, it's not everything, but it doesn't hurt to not have to worry about your basic necessities and needs of life and can enjoy to do what you want, travel, work when you are feeling called to be creative, not because it's a task load over your head and you have to. Like that just kind of feels like slavery with a different label. We're creators. We're not slaves. God doesn't want you to slave away. God wants you to live. God wants you to delight in your existence because God is delighting in your existence. That's why he created you, because you're a delight to him. So when we become aware of that and we get in alignment with it, the abundance flows. Oh, the abundance flows and you achieve this state of overflow, but you're not going to, I promise you, it doesn't matter what you write in the book. Those like, those book scams that are like terrorizing, plaguing the spiritual community online right now, like the Shirley Manifest or whatever the heck. Don't buy those. That's not a shout out. This is a quick warning. Those things are scams. I mean, like, damn, there's like nothing valuable in any of that. Save your time, save your energy, okay? All right, but it's reminding me of those, like, all I had to do was I did the blah 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 method. They'll quote something like Nikola Tesla and 369, and I did this and I manifested $1 million. Man, shut up. That's not entirely how it works. I mean, it sounds good and it's nice and it's definitely marketable. It's definitely profitable. And there's definitely people that would just consume it and then you receive income off of that. But is it really helping people? No, because we still have people in lack. If it was really that simple, we'd all be millionaires. It's not that simple. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. That you could sit here and write something down on a piece of paper, blah, 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 and that's all there is to it. Now, I'm also not saying that you can't do that either, but there's other components to it. It's not as simple as just writing it on a piece of material. All right, there's energy, there's alignment, there's frequency, there's magnetism. You have to be magnetic to this. All right, so you're now wearing the right garment to attract the energy that's coming in. And it wasn't until you healed. So like, let's say you've been manifesting home, a job, finances, like you may have experienced getting hints of it, but like really, if we're going to look at the picture you were painting and then what you got, that was a tease. That was a sample, that wasn't like what was really going on. And it's because of your energy. It was because of your energy at the time. You basically have to be in this energy of like, you have to exist in it first. And it's an awareness. It's a feeling. It's a state of being that exists within you. And the trap is where people think that it's something you do outside of yourself to achieve it. And it's not. You're not even ever going to see it outside of yourself until you have it within you. And even if you somehow had it outside of yourself, you wouldn't delight in it the same way. It just wouldn't be fruitful for you. So we have this, because there is this foundation and this sealant, and now you're in alignment with this energy, your manifestations are coming through. This new moon is on fire. We may as well just have a ring of fire around a new moon. Like, that's what I'm feeling on this energy, and I'm pretty sure it's in Leo. So I mean, hell yeah, that sounds like Leo energy. A ring of fire around a dark moon. Oh yeah, let's get it. All right, let's hop through this portal. All right, so that's what I'm feeling. Portal jumping. But you weren't. The portal wasn't even gonna open up. Like, I'm serious. The portal wasn't even going to exist for you until this healing, this alignment. Like, you had to love yourself. You had to live for yourself. You had to do it for you. You had to be satisfied. You had to be like content with what you already are or what you already have. Like, you had to know that it's already yours. I don't know. I just feel like I'm talking to a master right now. We got strength. Ooh, okay, let me pull from over here real quick. Let me pull from a couple different things. I'm really drawn to this illustration of a lotus, but I'm not so much drawn to the fact that it's a lotus. I'm more so drawn to the petals having this pink, fuchsia, white. I don't know, it just feels very, I'm feeling like rose energy. Or I don't know, so it's something very, it feels like divine feminine energies. So someone might like pink flowers. Okay, all right. We have generosity, and then we have resourcefulness. Whoa, that's wild. And I'm noticing these, like, I know it's supposed to be like horns coming out of this, illustration. But I'm seeing it more of like a tuning fork. And what's funny is this card has a lot of like solar energy. It has a lot of yellow, and if I were to read this horns coming out of his head actually being a tuning fork in his third eye and his crown, the tuning fork that I use for my reading is 528 hertz, which is great for this energy. I mean, it's really great for solar plexus energy. So, okay, all right. I don't know, just a weird synchronicity there. I feel like someone's in alignment. You're in tune. You're harnessing the energy. Like, you're bringing it in. Resourcefulness with generosity. I'm in a state of overflow, and you've now manifested your life being completely changed, and now you are able to change other people's lives. So this is going to spread. Spread like wildfire or something. Like, it feels like that. Wildfire. Why did I word it that way? I even stopped myself before I said it and was like, do I really want to word it that way? But I was like, yeah, but this fiery energy. But I was like, yeah, but why are you wording it that way? There's other ways to word it. I kind of like had a little dialogue with myself, and it was like, don't word it any other way but wildfire. Now, I'm getting like a weird feeling. Okay, so people would be surprised how everything is connected and everything is one. So you might see things appear in the material, and it might be directly related to you. You'd be surprised. Especially if you're an angel. Angels have abilities that they're not aware of. Many people have and I know I'm going to see someone in the comments, and that's fine. Like, they're more than welcome to believe that limiting belief that people don't have this ability, and that people aren't connected to the elements and aren't connected to the all that is and all that ever will be. But that's perfectly fine. You don't have to believe that. But I mean, just look at the practice that I'm doing. It's tarot, all right? And look at the symbolism of tarot. We have the 4 elements. What do the 4 elements represent? Well, they represent your mind, your emotions, your soul, your spirit, your passions, the earth, the material realm, all right? Is it really too far of a stretch to think? I mean, look at scripture. It talks about the breath, the ruach, the wind. Is it really too far of a stretch to think that it's all one? I don't think so, but apparently some people have a hard time thinking that, and that's fine. But there are many individuals that are angels, and whether they are fully healed or awakened or aware of themselves or not, they have had these abilities their entire life. And there may have been events that have happened in the world, and whether you realize it or not, your emotional state of being and your thoughts and your imaginations may have literally manifested another event outside of yourself. And yes, we are all connected. So why did I say those words? I don't know. I think you know the answer though. And I will just say passion is fire. Now, passion is also cleansing. And we were talking about there needing to be a cleanse, stepping through this ring of fire, this portal energy. So look, if there was an event like in the recent past or something, and it correlated in a weird synchronicity with an event you had in your personal life, that probably was connected, and you're not crazy. And now here we are following up on your timeline, and now you're receiving. Oh, you're receiving. Whoo, sing it. Sing it. Sing about how you're receiving. I am so grateful that you are receiving. Firepower. I literally just split the deck to firepower, and then now it's gone. But then right after that was magic of the mind. All right. So people can believe what they want, but we are all one and we are connected. And you'd be surprised. I mean, why do you think they call it a brainstorm? Why do they like the wording? Like it's the information, the truth is hidden right in front of all of us everywhere. But it's okay. People have eyes to see, other people don't. We have this sun card coming out with 2 moons. Y'all, the sun card coming out with 2 moons, and the only thing else I'm seeing wanting to pop out besides some action is strength and justice. With the magician. I mean, don't get me wrong, magician in the universe. So you're closing this out, all right? So, wow. This, I want to make something very clear. This was not accomplished out of the energy of force. This was not accomplished out of the energy of ego. This was not accomplished out of the energy of like, all right, when I say fire, there's many different qualities of fire, all right? And there's light attributes and some, you could call it negative attributes if you wanted to go that way, okay? So I just want to make very clear that the only way this happened is if it was pure and of love, It literally would not have happened unless this was of love, and it was of joy. Like this wasn't like passionate, righteous. It wasn't any of that. This was graceful. This was a graceful energy that brought this in. This wasn't like someone like having an intense like desire and then like forcing it into their life. That did not happen. That is not what this was. This was someone achieving a state of pure joy and happiness, and they surrendered to the divine, and they were just love. That's all that was. You just were love. That's how you brought this in. It wasn't any other way. Like, I mean, you might have combined other things, but like that still had to be the core principle. Like that was the statue, okay? The remaining statue in the middle of the foundation of this thing was love. It was this golden light energy, all right? Okay, so, wow. All right, so what else is coming out of this? What else is coming out of this? The star. More healing? That's even crazy. But what's great about this is like, so what's left when the star is finally just a star? Like what else left is there to do besides continue to shine? I don't know how to word the instrument of divine, like the melody that came from source right then, but I was trying to craft it in a way, but I feel like I kind of missed the beauty, the elegance behind the higher energy I was receiving, but it's okay. We're learning. But again, like this tuning fork, getting in alignment. All right, so I had mentioned something about work, and then the difference between like working like because you have to, or like it's laborious, like it's a task on you, like it's a burden, or working because You're loving it. You're desiring to create like in that way. Okay. Like there are people that are in the medical field that love it, that love it. They love it. It's a passion for them. That's what I'm talking about. The people that do things, and there's other people that would be in the medical field and they'd be like, it's work. It's hard work. It sucks. And then they bitch about it all day. And then they have horrible bedside manner. They're shitty with the coworkers. They make an awful environment for recovery. And it's not great. Well, then they probably just shouldn't be doing that job. And part of the new earth energy isn't about people doing fucking jobs, like in that sense. Like there will be work, there will be jobs. But it's creation and love base. It's not this systematic control that's over us. It's a liberation of our soul. So like, let's say there is still a form of a medical field in the new earth. Well, it's not because someone through like programming and indoctrination and pressure from family decided that they had to go to medical school and they had to get all this debt and they had to stress themselves out and then they don't even enjoy the job. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who truly desires and it brings you delight. You enjoy doing it. So if you enjoy helping people feel better or taking care of people, then that would be your job. If you enjoy creating art and expressing feeling and like visualizing it for other people to take it, that's your job. That's your job. That's your job. Not what's available, what's hiring, what can I tolerate, what fits my schedule, what's convenient, what's affordable, what's within my reach, what's within my talents or skills. No, that's not what it is. What do I desire to create? What do I desire to do? That's your work. So those of you that in the past experience a lot of like changes and towers in like Capricorn energy or Virgo or work or earth energy or Taurus, like, you know, any of that kind of like houses or energy of your life, that was why you weren't in alignment. You were desiring and asking God, I want abundance. I want this, I want that. And it's like, okay, but you have to be in alignment for that. You're giving all that up by living the life you're living right now. And then you're asking me to give you what you are willingly giving up and you're not realizing it. I need you to wake up to yourself first and then you'll realize you already have it. And that's what a lot of this ascension and waking up is shedding these skins. We are in the year of the snake and we're getting close to the end of it. It's time to wrap this up and it breaks down to a 9 numerically. So it is a year of a completion. This is why a lot of people know who they are now. A lot of people are waking up. All right? I'm just saying. That's why. It's the year for it. It's literally it's time for it. Okay? All right. God bless you. You're doing well. You're doing really well. Okay. What else would you like them to know? So now there's just time to shine, right? Time to shine. Show others how to do this. We had this fool that came out reverse. Why? What is this? And why is it like felt like it was under my foot? Like it was actually the foundation of it's victory. That's why that justice and that 2 moon. So there was something hidden throughout this whole thing. So while I'm sitting here focusing on this like high vibrational, you know, this wearing a garment of righteousness and purity and white linen and emotional healing and all this like this great energy, there was an underlying tone throughout all of it. It was like a double moon energy too, which was kind of funny. And we brought a sun like smack dab in the middle of it, illuminating both sides of their ass. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So as well with this, there's justice. Y'all, and I gave a wild ass reading. The last reading I just uploaded was wild, and I'm not going to ignore that. Like I said, everything is kind of connected. So for some of you, if like you understood what your role or part was in that last reading and like this resonates, and I mentioned that there would be like a big return of energy because we were closing out the cycle of the energy harvesters, the the spiritual warfare, the vampires, the people that were taking from us, that were taking what's ours, taking our divinity, taking our abundance, taking our creation, like our power, our energy, like whatever it is, they were taking it from us. No, we're taking that back because it's ours. We already had it. It was always us. I'm not living for you. I'm living for me and Elohim. I don't live for taxes. I don't live for life. I don't live for death. I don't live for anything but literally me and God. Like that's what people need to get on. And I'm being reminded of Lucifer and Satan, and this is where he needed to understand. He was missing the other half. You can be the individual, but there still has to be unconditional love and service to others. It can't be this selfish, because you're separating yourself. And then when you separate yourself in that service of self, now you're the problem. And I don't want that. And I don't think you are that person, because this is your reading. So I don't know why I just felt the desire to talk about Lucifer all of a sudden, but let's go ahead. Also, what's kind of funny is like the sigil for Lucifer, talking about being like the morning light star or whatever, the morning star, and the light bearer, and him being perfect, and like the story behind it. And then also there's another light that's called the morning star, and it's Venus. Just interesting, right? So, and then the sigil for Lucifer, if you look at those of you that were in med school, or you studied any kind of like brain science or anything like that, you may have seen a diagram that illustrates how light enters through our cones and our corneas of our eyes, and then it literally shows how like the prism of light enters and then projects into the back of the brain, and then how we process that information. If you actually look at the shapes and the lines that are going on there, it literally looks like the sigil of Lucifer, which is kind of weird how all of this information is kind of put in place. It's a choice. It's a choice. It always is. It always was. It was a choice. It's free will. Okay? So you could be the perfect, most glorifying thing to God, or you could be the fucking problem. It depends on how you receive the light, how you behold it, and then how you extend it back out in your reality. We're all creators of this. So, do you want? Why are you living? Like, I don't mean to come off so intense. Like, why are you living? But like, seriously, why are you here? Why are you alive? Why do you want to wake up tomorrow? And if you don't, I'm praying for you. Reach out to me. You deserve to be here, and you came here for a reason, and we need you. Okay? You have support, especially on this community. And those that aren't supporting, they're not here. Okay? Well, I find them, I block them. Bye-bye. Okay? So we keep it pure around here. Try to. I mean, no one's perfect, but God doesn't expect us to be perfect. It's all about the intention in your heart. Do you have a desire? And what is that desire? What is your intention in your heart? That's what matters. All right. So there was this emotional breakthrough, and this coming into alignment with pure love, bliss, joy, gratitude, acceptance, peace. Like you were in tune with the Holy Spirit. Now, as well with that, I also feel like you closed some battles, like some external battles, some spiritual battles, some psychic battles, some demonic battles. Like, and we've given some readings about stuff like that. And then now what I love about this, because this Fool came out reverse. Now, sometimes, Fool coming out reverse would not be a great sign in a reading. You'd be like, oh no, what's, why am I not getting the new beginning, right? Or, why is there a blockage? Why is there a no? Why is the door being shut in my face? Well, no, that's not what the energy was at all. And I felt it, because when it landed underneath my right foot. So I took notice of that, and I felt the energy of it being underneath my foot. Like, even though the bottom of my feet is pointing up, I still felt the energy of the card underneath my foot, like I was standing on it. Like I felt my weight. It's supporting my weight. The energy of the Fool being reversed, I felt it supporting my weight. I was standing on it. And like, look at scripture. We already understand, like, yes, the righteous, we understand what their foundation is. We understand what we have dominion and authority over, and what we stand tall and strong on. Okay? So, yes, this Fool being reversed, which is basically anyone having ill intent towards you. Anyone trying to stop you, block you, keep you from shining, stop you from achieving your destiny. Man, once when you realize and you healed and you close out these cycles, and we united in the 5D, and we it was great. Like, there were a few battles. There was like crusades of frying pans. I mean, we've had orchestras of frying pans. We've had dance battles with the demons. Like, it's been a journey, y'all. It's been a story. We've got a story to tell. We do. I mean, how do you think angels are able to sing praises to God for eternity? Because they got testimony like this in their soul. That's how. Because God has revealed so much of his glory. What else is there to do? All right. Look, I'm loving this energy. It's really great, and it looks great off you. It's looking really good. So, an increase in finances because, all right, so look, here's what I want you to do. I want you to practice a form of mindfulness in a specific way. Whatever your job is or whatever brings you finances or money, I want you to notice anytime you are doing it outside of the energy of I want to because it brings me joy and I love this, I desire it. If you're not doing it out of creation, out of love, out of God, if you're not doing it out of that energy, you're out of alignment. And that can be true on a certain day for something that normally does bring you joy. And when that happens, I want you to be mindful of why, what's going on here. What threw me off track of why I started this? Why is the thing that brings me joy now bringing me something other than joy? Is it because of the way or reason why I'm doing it? Okay, now why is that? Am I stressing something? Am I fearing something? Do I believe some kind of limiting or lacking thing about my reality? What's my perception going on? Why am I not just existing in this state of, I am so grateful to be here. I am divine. I am aligned. I am joyful. I am loved. Like, I'm not saying every single moment's like this, but it's a choice. It's a choice. And it's also like an alignment and awareness. You have to be in tune. And it's an effort. We're human beings. Okay. Our human nature is kind of, I mean, that's why scripture talks about being born in sin, being born in flesh, being born in a sine wave. Okay. Which means it has ups, it has downs. It's an experience, all right? How else would God be able to experience itself unless it created a circumstance for it to? Because when all is just all that is and ever will be and nothing, basically, it's nothing. When everything is nothing, how am I going to experience myself if I'm nothing? I have to be something. And in order to be something, I have to not be something. Now people are understanding. I hope people are starting to understand what this experience is, what we are, what we're doing. And when you do, and when you utilize creation, literally we are creation. And when you get in alignment with the frequency of creation, all right? I know sometimes I use words like spells or magic, and there's some people that are still healing programming and wounds through religions, and they think that every time someone uses that term that it's automatically blasphemous and against the Holy Spirit. But that's okay. They're still on their journey and we love them. So what's coming through? What you got going on? What's coming through? Let me First card I seen was healing, and then I seen wisdom. So first of all, you are a gift to others. Yeah. Look at all those spirits. Yeah, you're very in tune, and you can commune, in tune and commune. You have a creation. You can literally create. Yeah, like literally, like, in like SpongeBob where he opens up, he like has his palms closed, and then he opens them up, and he's like, imagination. And there's like a rainbow of light between his palms. You can actually create that. Like, you can do that. Like, it's visual, it's real. Like, the energy is manifest. You can do that. You're a creator. You are a divine creator. You've woken up. Hello, join the party. Let's celebrate. Like, let's create a new world together. And that's what you're about to do. That's why I said earlier, it was like, now that you have achieved changing your life in this abundance and this state of overflow, your life is completely transformed, and you're going to go around and change other people's lives too. And then they're going to go around and do it again. And now I'm remembering a past life where we were apostles, because it feels like a similar energy where we all found the light, we found the Son of God, we realized what we were, and we wanted to spread the Torah. We wanted to spread the truth. We wanted to preach the Besorah because we wanted people to understand what we are so we could all be together. And then some assholes made it a thing about religion. It had nothing to do with religion. It had nothing to do with order or rules. And I know I read from Leviticus, and I know what it was even talking about, like atonement and priest. Look, there were multiple covenants, if you understand the history of God appearing in the history of man's life. Christ was like the done deal, finished a lot of it. I mean, like, we still have the new heavens and the new earth and the reseeding and all that to come. So I'm not saying the word is finished. And God told me when we have the new earth that there'll be a new book. There'll be a new word. It'll be like a full version of this one. So it'll still have everything that we've been built off of this, but it'll be a new one. So I thought that was cool. Those of you that are nerds of the word too. Also, I know I've been absent on Nerd of the Word. I had to really go through a transformation. My first 2 episodes were great, I guess, but I needed to go deeper. I really needed to go deeper. And I know it's my first time, and I know I was like in over my head. I am going to pick up Nerd of the Word. I just needed to get deeper. I really needed to understand the truth before I go out there telling people ideas of what the truth might be, okay? Especially with something like creation of all of us, right? Okay. So just wanted to point that out there. Thank you all for being patient with me. I know some people have left and unsubscribed because it's been inactive for a while, and I don't blame them, but I'll get there. We have asked for help. I think people are going to be able to ask you for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. But you know what I'm actually feeling from this is that you are the awakened angel on earth that's here to be the angelic assistance for others. You're the answered prayer in the flesh. You're the answered prayer in the flesh. Look. If only people knew. If only people knew. Know thyself. It is so profound. Wow. Okay. I want to pull from over here, maybe over here, here. Yeah, I definitely feel the energy from here. And wouldn't hurt to pull from here. Okay. What would you like the collective to know? Oh, wow, 42 minutes. Thank you all for being here. If you are still here. If you are still here, thank you. And if you are new to my channel, God bless you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you were led here. Look, and for some of you, like, you may have noticed synchronicities leading up to you being led to my channel. I want you to know that there's a lot of things that I pick up on and sense that are unspoken. I don't speak on. I don't ever always channel or relay things and messages. And it's funny how we're all connected, and like, I can sense the journey. I can sense the journey. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying, but like, I feel the synchronistic moments when they happen. I don't know. Anyways, just wanted to share that with you. Like, if you have recently came to my channel, or you remember when you did come to my channel and there were like synchronicities, like, I don't know, like maybe you were seeing things or hearing things over and over again. You were like, why am I seeing that or hearing that? And then all of a sudden on your phone or whatever you were scrolling on, one of my videos pops up and you click on it, and then there happen to be like synchronicities in the first reading or things. I feel it. I feel the journey of your soul home. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I feel God moving through the body, and I feel sheep coming back home, and I feel the moments where like it's like a signal, like it's like you're a light and you're in this darkness, right? But you're not fully like home with God yet, in the sense that like you are fully awake and aware of what you are. And it's like, okay, so we got to get this sheep back home, back to the shepherd. All right. And like, there'll be moments I'll sense in your light while you're going through this darkness. And, these synchronistic moments, it opens your chakra of light up, and I'll literally feel your light will open up and expand, and it shoots a beacon up. It shoots a beam of light straight up, and I sense that, I feel that, and I feel the like I mentioned sine wave earlier, and if I kind of look visually, if I were to like zoom out and 3D visualize the energy that I'm channeling right now, it does kind of look like a wave. It comes in like waves, like it's an energetic wave. So these synchronistic moments, your light expands. You increase your light quotient, and it sends a beam of light up, and I sense that, and I feel it like I feel your magnetic, yeah, that's what it is. I'm feeling the magnetism, the magnetic pull back to our mother. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like your magnetic poles lining up with our mother's magnet field. And it's like, yes, now the sheep is coming back to the shepherd, and I'll feel that. And I'm not at all saying anything about myself. This is God doing whatever. All glory goes to God. This is not me. All right. Don't glorify any creation or creature. Always glorify the creator, you know? So that's why you see a Bible where, you know, prophets have seen angelic beings, and they like kiss the feet, and the angels like, rise, get up. I'm your brother. I'm a servant of our L2. We give praise to the Father, right? So this is time for us to wake up. Angels in 144 were waking up, and this is part of it. This is part of it. It's a big part of this experience. So I'm so grateful that you are here. I just wanted to share that I sense the journey of your way back home. And then when you guys like have these breakthroughs, like, man, it lights me up. It lights me on fire. I feel it. Like, your energies are so powerful in your lives. I don't even have to know you. I don't like ego, brain, flesh. I've never met you. You don't know what I look like. I don't know what you look like. Like, we don't know each other. Let's be real about it. But I feel it, and it affects me. That's what and before I was awakened, man, I just thought I was fucking crazy. And it took me a long time to heal those wounds where I believed I was the problem. There's a song lyric that I've been like randomly popping up, and it popped up again, so I'm gonna bring it up. I don't know the name of the song, but the lyrics were talking about there's something wrong in the village, or there's something wrong with the village, and I think it was like the song's talking about, you know, how people judge certain things about people, and I think the artist was trying to convey a message of the problem isn't you're beautiful, the problem is the people in the village. And I don't know why that lyric came up right now, but I was being reminded of it, so maybe that's a synchronicity for someone. Also, I just want to quickly state, okay, I want to quickly state this community has a lot of people here, and they're all welcome, and I love everyone equally, unconditionally. If any of you have received treatment or judgment from someone else on this channel or community, and it was offensive, or it was hurtful, or it pushed you away, I want you to know that that behavior, that mentality, those beliefs, that ego, that thought, is not indicative or reflective of my morals, my values, my beliefs, my truths. And I'm sorry that another treated you that way, okay? I honor and love all. I really don't care if you're gay, you're lesbian, you're straight. Like, I don't care if you have a crazy hairstyle. I don't care what your aesthetic is. I don't care what you were born as. I don't care what kind of religion you practice or didn't practice or don't like. Like, none of that fucking matters. You're the light and love of God and nothing less. And until people start seeing nothing but that around in the world and stop trying to fill it up with all these bullshit ass labels and divisions, man, look, God's coming home. We're bringing God's home. All right. We're saving this place. We are. God's work. As soon as I said that, God's work came out. As soon as I said that, that's what we're talking about. Worldwide, God's work is happening. Worldwide. I don't know why I was almost saying girl worldwide. That wasn't me. I feel like someone's ancestor. She was sassy. I love it. I don't know. I love that energy. I really did. That felt like home at one point in time in my life. Okay. Oh, new home. I was just talking about home. New home. New home, y'all. A second chance. New home. Some of y'all, Look, you're gonna create your best life here. You're gonna create your best life here. And you're gonna live a really full, content life. And you're gonna pass after you live to completion. You're gonna be at peace as you transition over. And what you leave behind will be just as it was meant to be, as to why you were seated here, to put it here in the first place. And the wave after you will be victorious. It will be blessed because of the works you laid down before them. So thank all of you. I don't care if you were born in the 1800s, the 1920s, the 40s, the 50s, 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s, the 2000s, 10s. I don't care if you were born yesterday. I don't know how you're hearing this, but what's up, dude? All right. I guess your mom listens to me or your dad listens to me, and they're probably like, don't have a clue the information you got going on in your head right now, but it's all right. You'll let them know soon, won't you, kid? All right. Justice is served, as I was talking about that. Oh, I love kids. I love babies. I love God's children. I love God. I love life. I love me. I love you. I love love. I love life. And this energy is going to spread. It's going to spread. It's, by the time I die, it will be so clear on earth who our God is, that when the tribulation and the judgment and all that stuff that comes after and the fulfillment of the word comes, right? Man, it will be no fucking excuse. It won't be. There'll be no excuse. God's mercy was everlasting, is everlasting, always will be. They made their choice knowingly. They knew what their choice was. And we tirelessly gave them like an eternity of time to turn around. So I don't want to hear it. Gifts of royalty. I just heard my God tell me stop. I still got to learn God's mercy. I'm quicker. I'm quicker to act, to respond, to protect, to defend, to look. I mean, like, a threat's a threat, right? But gosh, I still got some healing to do. Because I feel it every time I step out of alignment with God's will. I feel it. I feel my parents like even kind of like put their hand like, now that was a problem for you. You remember when you kind of got kicked out of heaven, right? And your soul split and all that happened after you fell because you decided to take judgment into your own hands and smite some people. Yeah, don't do that again. Nope, I'm not doing that again. Worldwide, God's favor, new home. Whoa, that's inherit the earth. What I saw. And that was reminding me of the golden snowflake energy from the last reading I recorded yesterday or whatever. But anyways, those of you that already know what I was talking about, cool. The 144 energy are now activating a light grid, I guess you could say. All right, let's just call it a light grid. But it's way more than that. And it's really awesome, like what comes with it, because the awareness, the instant communication, and the spread. It's like we're everywhere now. We're everywhere now. It's like when you're online, it's like I'm not just, my little frequency. We're all boosters of the same signal. So it's like, I mean, I know people got like Wi-Fi and 5G and like cell phone towers and radiation and waves and stuff like that, but like God has its own network, all right? And we're online. And we're all boosters and routers and receivers of the same network. Now, those that got the passcode key in their DNA, they got free unlimited Wi-Fi, bro. God's Wi-Fi. It's great. And we're all connected. And we have this free flow of energy and information, and we're all communicating with each other, okay? Because we're all one. We're all children of the same thing. We're all here for the same thing. And what I love is I'm not just here on my floor right now. I'm where you are. I'm where she is. I'm where he is. I'm everywhere on earth right now because we're all one being and our eyes are on fire. We're aware of each other. Like literally there's a fire on us and others can't speak it. They can't receive it. They can't understand it. They can't hear it. They don't know it because they don't know God. They don't know God. We are. We are that we are. We speak. We hear. We receive. We create. Oh my gosh, we are. We're in position. This is part of the meek will inherit the earth. That's why everything's going to crumble and fall. That's why, like, literally, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It does not matter. There is no power but our authority. People need to wake up and understand that, like, what serves us, not the other way around. I don't fucking work for you. No one does. Like, and by you, I'm talking to this energy that's trying to, like, enslave everyone in debt and finances and education and, you know, work or whatever. Like, that's bullshit. It's time for us to liberate ourselves, and this is how we're doing it. And yeah, I mean, just God bless all the Kodashim. God bless us all. God bless all of you. All of you. God bless you all. Okay? Because we're building God's kingdom on earth. Healing ancestral wounds, ending generational curses, and fulfilling life purposes. There's about to be some crazy, like, the online spiritual community is about to go through a crazy transformation. It's about to be very different. It's about to be a whole different kind of network. And you're going to see it. There's no longer going to be division. Your favorite readers are all going to be connected. Like, I promise you that there's going to be a day where you see that. It's already being created. That's why I started doing the things I'm doing, because I'm answering the call. I know what we're trying to create here. So I'm trying to get ahead of the wave. Let's get ahead of the curve. Let's get this thing going, right? And I know a lot of you are doing what you are doing too. So this is part of it. So, like, a lot of things are about to go through a big transformation, like online communities. So, like, for example, me mentioning another tarot reader in my last reading, like, that's really just the start of the change that we're going to see in the spiritual community. Like, it's going to be an interconnected hub, a network. Okay. I'm being reminded, you know, it's so weird. The last reading, a Harry Potter synchronicity came up. And now in this reading, another Harry Potter synchronicity came up. And what's funny is the one in the last reading, I'm pretty sure came from, like, one of the first 3 books. And then this one specifically came from the 7th book, the very last one. So, all right, whatever. But those of you that have followed it, okay, great. You'll be able to follow this a little easier. I'll try not to over explain because I don't want to, you know, bore anyone. But in the end of this, like, apocalyptic world, in Harry Potter world, okay, there was a radio station that those that were refugees or hiding or on the run from the Dark Order, they would use it to connect with each other. And you needed a passcode. You needed a way to, and it helped everyone stay in sync. So, like, and this is the establishment of God's order before the beast system. That's why I said, like, by the time, there's no reason to fear Revelations. There's no reason to fear it. There really isn't. Fear God. If you're gonna fear anything, fear God. Okay? But don't fear Revelations. Don't fear the judgment day. Don't fear any of that. That's, like, it really should be celebrated in many ways. I mean, there will be things that might not be too pleasant to dwell on or think about, but then don't. Okay? There's so many other things you can focus on. So, you know, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, and we are the creators of our experience. But, you know, it's like we are establishing God's network, God's communication, God's outpost, God's foundation. So when the Dark Order tries to completely take over the world, it doesn't fucking matter. When they try to say that you can't buy, sell, or trade or do anything without the mark of the beast, it doesn't fucking matter because God's providing for us. We have our own system. We have our own network. We have our own communication. I don't need a fucking Wi-Fi subscription, okay? I don't need a cell phone company contract. I don't need electricity. I don't need power companies. I don't need fucking utilities. I don't need water. I don't need tax. I don't need rent. I don't need debt. I don't need any of that shit. God provides for me. And that's what we are establishing because the world is changing. Now, the dark is going to try to take order over the world. It is. But it's going to be too late by the time it does because God's already in position. That is why you incarnated. That's why you're listening to my message. That's why you were drawn to my channel. That's why I named it 144 from the stars. All right. This is God's will. This is God's plan. All right. I've noticed a lot of people putting in the comments, quoting Maji. Maji got the T, saying, "God hires me. Who gonna fire me?" So you know what? Let's just keep spreading it. Let's keep spreading it. And like, let's go back to that. You know how crazy it is that there are people that quote that? There are people that don't even watch tarot, that aren't even a part of the YouTube tarot community, and quote that. One person named Maji did that. Literally created a wave of change. So don't ever doubt the impact you can make. You'd be surprised. All you have to do is get started. Just get started. Just do it. Don't think. Just create. Just be. Just love. All right? So that I just wanted to use that as an example real quick. You literally can create waves of change in our reality. And that's a great example, you know? If God hired me, who gonna fire me? Man, who ever heard of that until she said that? No one. She said that. She brought that into existence. She channeled that light through her crown of fire and spoke it into existence. What do you think the kingdom of God and Mashiach is? What do you think greater than, the works that we will do? Like, what do you think any of that means? So why we are fulfilling prophecy right now as we speak. This is what it is. So you know what? When this dark order and establishment tries to take over the world and tries to tell us that you can't rent, you can't have cell phones, you can't go to the store, you can't do anything in our world, in our economy, in our industry, in our control, unless you sell your fucking soul for a cheeseburger. I made a joke the other day with Trina. And it was like, we're going to go to McDonald's at one point in time and you're going to like press the kiosk and you're going to want a cheeseburger. And it's going to be like, great, to complete your checkout, your order, sell soul here for a cheeseburger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this world? This is so awful, but it's great because it doesn't matter for us because we're anointed and we're kept by God. And we're in position. We can literally stand in the fire. So when God cleanses the earth with fire, even if it's literal, we can stand in it and not get burned. So I don't know. I'm having fun. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a great time. So it's not going to matter. We're going to have our own energy, our own communication network, our own resources, our own everything, like our own world, our own kingdom, our own establishment. It's literally going to look like there's two orders on earth. At one point in time, we're going to see that. I don't know, how old you are, how long you got to live, or, I'm not sitting here mapping it out with dates and numbers and calendars because that would just be irresponsible and irrational. Okay. But the big picture, yeah, we're going to see at some point in time, it's going to kind of look like that, And there may even be a time, like, those of you that have seen like Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter, though, like, they were literally hiding. Like, the Dark Order was so established in the world, it was like chaos had taken over, is what it looked like. And there was a period of time where, like, the light, the winning team, or, the team of light was in hiding. They had to hide. They had to constantly move. They had to conceal themselves. They lived like a nomadic life in secrecy. I mean, and there is scripture that talks about, those that believe in God being persecuted. Those that, so like, there's a lot of things that are coming in the future, but I want you to know that, like, you will be provided for. You will be safe. You'll be taken care of. You'll be okay. You'll be kept by God. Just fulfill the word. Fulfill the word. Fulfilling life purpose. Okay? It's what we're doing. It's game time. It's go time. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.